Hey everybody, in this video we're going to be doing an unboxing and an installation of a kitchen dishwasher. I purchased this from Lowe's and it was just delivered. It is a dishwasher made by THOR. Apparently it's equivalent to a Viking or a Zline. It's a 24-inch built-in dishwasher. It was delivered on a pallet, strapped to the pallet. And the next part of the video, I'm going to get it off this pallet and get it into the kitchen and show you how I installed it. Okay, I got it all unboxed and it came with an instruction manual inside. Okay, so inside the unit there was a plastic bag. I opened it up and I want to go over what was in it. Alright, looks like there's some brackets and a hose clamp. There's a thing here from Leave a Review, Win Big Bucks. You could win up to $1,000 or a free Thor kitchen. Submit a review. Automatically enter $1,000. Okay, so do that. We'll see how it turns out. There's the use and care manual. And then here's the installation instructions. Alright, before you begin, important, please read, safety, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so parts supplied, that's what it gives you. Looks like it says there's some screws. I didn't see those. Materials you'll need. A waste tee. I got one of those off of the old dishwasher. I'm going to reuse it. Hose clamps. Strain relief. I got all of that. Tools you'll need. Here's all the tools you're going to need. Let's see. Drain requirements. You need an air gap. Air gap with waste tee or dispenser. We're going to do that one. And let's talk about the water line connection. Have to get the water line connected, check the door balance. Okay, it seems pretty straightforward. Alright, so we're going to get this into the kitchen and start hooking it all up. Okay guys, in this section of the video we're going to discuss the undersink hookups for the dishwasher. Now dishwashers need water and electricity. Now the electricity, there's usually a outlet under your sink that's always on, and then one of them is going to be on a switch for your disposer. I unplugged the existing cord to the dishwasher, so I unplugged that, and I'm going to be reusing that cord on the new dishwasher. And then as far as water, there's the valve for the water. Now I'm going to be reusing that braided line, water line, but in order for me to do that, I've got to disconnect it. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but I've got to disconnect it right there on the side. Now, in order to disconnect it, I need to shut off the water. And that's one of those old school turn valves, and they suck. And I noticed when I turned it off, I felt some water on the back of it. Now, it wasn't leaking before. It only started leaking once I turned it off. So it's not going to be acceptable for me to reuse that valve. So I'm going to have to interrupt the water to the house temporarily so I can remove that valve. And I'm going to be changing it out with these type of quarter turn valves that I have already from a previous job. And the neat thing about those quarter turn valves, it's either on or off. There's no turning, and that they're pretty much idiot proof. Now, in order for me to remove that valve, I'm going to have to do something here to show you. I have copper pipe. So that copper pipe has a compression ring on it and a nut behind it. And it's going to be almost impossible to get that off of there. So I'm going to reuse the nut that's already on there and the ring that's already on there and tape it up with some Teflon tape. I've done that before. It's going to be fine. All right, so in the next section, I'm going to show you how I get this all hooked up. So what I'm doing is I already got that nut loose, and now I'm going to get it off of there. Make sure you put a little pan on here to catch the water drips. Okay, it's off. Alright, so I'm going to go outside and I'm going to interrupt the water to the house. And now I'm going to So there's a compression ring on there, and I'm going to reuse that. Okay. Tighten it back up. Okay guys, I got the new valve on. Now, I had to reuse the compression ring and the nut that was already on this pipe because the Einstein person that remodeled this kitchen didn't give me enough room to get behind here. The only way I would be able to do that would be to solder on an extension to this copper. It's not really advised to reuse the nut and the compression ring. The best practice is to put a new one on, but I'm going to thoroughly check this fitting, feeling all around to see if there's any leaks. And I would have, even if you do change the fitting, you want to make sure that you don't have any wetness around this. Now, I'm not going to hook up the dishwasher till tomorrow, so I'm going to watch this valve for about 24 hours before I hook it all back up together. Okay, I got it all unboxed, and it came with the instruction manual inside. Okay, so inside the unit there's a plastic bag. I opened it up and I want to go over what was in it. Alright, looks like there's some brackets and a hose clamp. There's a thing here from Leave a Review, Win Big Bucks. You could win up to $1,000 or a free Thor kitchen. Submit a review. Automatically enter $1,000. Okay, so do that. We'll see how it turns out. There's the use and care manual. And then here's the installation instructions. Alright, before you begin, important, please read, safety, blah, blah, blah. Alright, so parts supplied, that's what it gives you. Looks like it says there's some screws. I didn't see those. Materials you'll need. A waste tee. I got one of those off of the old dishwasher. I'm going to reuse it. Hose clamps. Strain relief. I got all of that. Tools you'll need. Here's all the tools you're going to need. Let's see. Drain requirements. You need an air gap. Air gap with waste tee or dispenser. We're going to do that one. And let's talk about the water line connection. Have to get the water line connected, check the door balance. Okay, it seems pretty straightforward. Alright, so we're going to get this into the kitchen and start hooking it all up. Okay guys, so I tilted it on its back. You're going to need to take off this toe kick plate. There's 2 screws to access the water connection, to hook up the water inlet and the electrical. Now, that water connection, that's an oddball size. It doesn't match the hose that I have, and I think that's why in the manual it said you need to have a 90-degree fitting. So here in the manual it says you're going to need a 90 degree 3/4 fitting. The other side should be fit the water supply line. All right, so I'm going to have to go up to the store and get a fitting for that. Okay, I'm going to put some Teflon tape on here before I put it on here because it'll be a little hard to wrap it when it's installed. Side, and I'm going to use some thread sealant on that section. And it locks. I don't want to over tighten it because it's plastic, but I think we're good. I'm going to wipe off the excess sealant. Now for the electrical, you've got to connect into here. I'm going to reuse the cord that I had from the old dishwasher. You're going to need if you don't have one, you're going to need a strain relief, a section of cord, and a plug. So the first thing you're going to need to do is take off this cover. There we go. All right. All right, so that's out. Now let's check out this wiring. Got a green for ground, black, a white. One's hot, one's neutral. All right, let me go get some wire nuts. Okay, and tie in. I'm going to strip the wire. Green to green. Perfect. Okay, I need white. Okay. And last one. Let me go grab another yellow wire nut. And then black to black. It's the hot one. Okay. All right, so we have all the electrical. Let's double check. We got the white to white, black to black, and we have the green to the ground wire. So we're going to go ahead and put this, tuck these wires in here nicely, and then we're going to put that electrical panel on here. Okay. Okay. So we've got the electrical set up and the water. Now we're going to do the drain. Okay, so we've got the power cord hooked up, the water line, and then the last thing we need to hook up is the drain hose, which is going to go right here. Pipe clamp on it, hose clamp. Alright, so we've got the drain hose, the water supply, and the electrical. Now we're going to push it under the counter. Okay, so I've got the dishwasher partially pushed in, and I've got the electrical, the water supply, and the drain line pulled through the hole. Now I'm going to hook those up. Okay, I had to pull the dishwasher back out from under the counter because when I turned the water on, I had a leak at this fitting. You really have to tighten it quite a bit. I was being careful because it is a plastic fitting under there. I didn't want to break it. And this is impossible to tighten without pulling it out and flipping the dishwasher on its back. So the designers at Thor might want to rethink how they have that water line set up there, because it's not serviceable from the front, well, the unit's under the counter. Okay guys, I kept having a leak at this joint, and I had bought this dishwasher adapter at Lowe's, and it was giving me nothing but problems. So I just went ahead and got this dishwasher installation kit where the 90 was integrated into the hose. So we're going to give this a shot and see if it leaks or not. Okay everybody, I've got the dishwasher pushed back under the counter, and I got this fitting installed, and I'm feeling all around, and there are no leaks. And I checked under the sink, and I've got that one installed, and there's no leaks on that one either. So what we're going to be doing now is plugging in the electrical and hooking up the drain line. Okay, I trimmed this gray piece back, and the kit or the dishwasher did not come with hose clamps. You definitely want to use a hose clamp when you put this piece onto here, because if it pops off, you're going to have a huge disaster under the sink. So make sure you use a hose clamp on there. Okay, clamp. If you don't use one of these hose clamps, this hose could accidentally get pulled off of here, and then when you run the dishwasher, you're going to have a big flood under the sink. So absolutely make sure you use a hose clamp. So now we're going to mount this up under the sink. Alright, so let me go ahead and get that up there. Okay, now we need to put that black hose back onto the dishwasher. By the way, if you're ever putting a new dishwasher and there's a knockout in here, make sure you knock it out. Otherwise, the dishwasher won't drain. Okay, that's hooked up. And the last step is to plug in the electrical. Okay, so one of the very last steps before you fully push the dishwasher in under the cabinet is you have to install these clips. There's a little tab on it, and there's a little slot. You put one over here, and then there's another one over here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push the dishwasher under the counter and then screw these in from underneath. Alright, here we go. Okay guys, so you're going to need to get these clips screwed in to the wood underneath the countertop to secure the dishwasher. Okay, and the last step is we need to install the toe kick. I noticed the toe kick does have some insulation on the inside to help reduce the noise. And so we're going to go ahead and I would recommend that you do one last check on the water connection down here. I want to just feel it one more time. Make sure there's no leaks. Let's see if we can see it down there. Yep, I just checked it and there's no leaks. Okay, so let's put this toe kick on. Okay, the toe kick's installed. Okay everybody, we got the installation complete. This is what it looks like. And on the inside, it's got a light inside it. Oh, that's nice. It's got a nice top rack here. It's got a bottom rack. And then a rack for your utensils. And then up here, it's got another rack for long items. So looks like all the controls are up here. So I'm going to give it a whirl and see how it runs. I forgot the best part. Alright guys, thanks for watching.